guys, today's lecture is on solid waste management. As you all know, due to rapid industrialization or urbanization, our environment facing a major problem due to pollution because of the disposing of these industrial solid wastes. And here the efforts are made for controlling these pollution by disposal of wastage, by mainly by converting the unwanted waste into usable raw materials, that is recycling or reusable of materials. And the main problem in disposing of these wastes are the lack of infrastructure facilities, mainly for small scale industries, because they find it easy to dispose waste here and there. It makes difficult to collected by the local bodies, and these collection and disposal of waste by waste materials are worked out by local bodies along with the state pollution control board. And next, the problems in the disposal of these industrial solid wastes are that is depends upon depends upon the nature of industry, location and mode of disposal. And these industrial solid wastes collection and management is monitored by concerned state pollution control board or by some pollution control board in union territories, and these can be organized there, the collection, treatment, disposal of both liquid and solid wastes. And this shows the major generators of industrial solid wastes, that the thermal power plants producing coal ash, iron and steel mills producing slag, ferrous industries like aluminium, zinc, copper producing industries produce red mud, sugar industries producing press mud. In case of paper mill, it produces lime fertilizers, and some other fertilizers like gypsum also produced by some aided industries. And these wastes are categorized as solid, liquid and gaseous wastes. Solid wastes which are comes from industries, agricultural, biomedical, radioactive wastes, and liquid which are from washing, flushing, flushing and such waste is called sludge. And gaseous waste, that is released in the form of gas from automobiles, factories and some burning of fossil fuels. And next, these sources of these wastes means these wastes are produced from different sources and are classified as urban, industrial, commercial and agricultural wastes. Urban or municipal wastes are from households, markets, streets, and this can be disposed by municipal bodies. And second thing is industrial wastes. This is released from chemical industries, paint industries, cement, food processing, power plants, mining operations, etc. And these can be further classified as hazardous and non-hazardous. For the wastes from food industries and paper and sugar mills, textile industries are non-hazardous, and from chemical industries or electroplating industries are considered as hazardous wastes. And third thing is commercial waste. This is from hospitals, nursing homes, buildings, hotels, workshops, etc. And agricultural waste, this is from this contains of plants and animal wastes, and some fertilizers, pesticides, herbicides are considered as agricultural wastes. And next we'll see the classification of wastes. This is classified based on their chemical, physical and biological properties, and also it based on the nature of degradation. It is classified as biodegradable, non-biodegradable and hazardous. Biodegradable means it can be easily degraded by microorganisms. Non-biodegradable means that are not decomposed by microbes. It will get oxidized easily. And hazardous waste, these are all chemicals, very toxic and reactive, explosive and infectious also. And then we'll see the impact of waste accumulation. The dumping of these wastes is hazardous and to mainly to human health, and also it creates ecological and social problems, and also it influences the environmental pollution, and also it mainly spoils the landscape by due to the improper disposal of these solid wastes, and also it causes severe environmental impact on degradation of land, pollution in drinking water by and also by improper disposal. It destructs the aquatic life also. uh, as I said, by due to the lack of infrastructures, the industrial solid and liquid wastes polluted the soil, water, and air, and also it affects the ground and surface water um, by usage or degradation of such waters by usage of irrigation and also for industries. And next topic is on solid waste management. This includes collection, transportation, segregation, and disposal. There are three main steps in solid management, that is waste reduce, reuse, and recycling. And this is the hierarchy for solid waste management. First, we have to reduce the wastage or production of wastage to reduce the pollution, and by we can reuse it instead of disposal. That will reduces or it will prevent the pollution, and then recycle it by compost or some other way. And if it is not possible to recycle, we can incinerate for energy recovery. Even though some wastes are not suitable for energy recovery, then it will be burned as such, or some wastes can be filled in the land with for energy recovery, or else it will be filled in the land. Among these three, that reduce, reuse, and recycle, the reduce or prevent greenhouse emission gases emission will reduce as the pollution, and reduce and reuse we both of waste prevention by eliminating the source by its generation. And third one is recycling. This is the removal of items from the waste to be used as raw materials in manufacturing of new one. This can be done in three phases. First one is waste are sorted and recyclables are collected, and then that can be used as raw materials. And then other option is to mix the recyclables with the general wastes streams for collection of, then sorting and recovery of recyclable materials can be performed. And second method is discarding or managing these wastes. This can be done by different methods. First one is thermal method, second one is dumping or under landfills, third one is biological method. In discarding and managing, in thermal methods, this involves the use of heat for treat these wastes, that is incineration, gasification, and open burning. Incineration is our most commonly used thermal treatment process, that is combustion of wastes in presence of oxygen. Pyrolysis or gasification is also like incineration. Both are involved in decompose of organic wastes by exposing to high temperature with low oxygen content. In case of open burning, this we all know that the burning of unwanted wastes that cause smoke and also other emissions to be released directly to the air, and it has many negative effects in both human health and environment. And then second one is dumping and landfills. This is nothing but the filling of trashes or wastes in a particular site. First one is sanitary landfill. This is designed greatly to reduce or eliminate the risk of waste disposal may pose to human health or environmental quality, and this is divided into lands individual cells. Only a few cells are filled with the trash at any point to minimize the exposure to wind and rain. And the bottom and sides of the landfills are filled with the clay to collect the liquid waste, that is leachate, that can be used for some other purpose. And second one is controlled dump. This is also similar to sanitary landfills only. The only disadvantage here, it does not have any cell planning, or there is no partial leachate management. And third one is bioreactor landfills. This technique used by the enhanced microbial process to accelerate the decomposing of wastes, and it has only one main controlling factor, that is the constant addition of water to maintain optimum moisture content for microbial digestion. And third thing is biological method. This is nothing but the decomposition or degradation of wastes by using microorganisms or living organisms. First one is composting. This is the biological conversion of organic wastes into humus or a decomposed product under optimum temperature and moisture condition. and this can be done by sorting, separating, shredding, pulverizing, digitization, digestion, upgrading, and finally marketing of these menus. And second method is co-composting. This also the degradation of or bioconversion of organic wastes into humus. Instead of that, in this case we are using two different organic wastes for decomposition, that is integrated waste management, composting of municipal solid waste along with the sewage sludge. And third thing is anaerobic digestion. This is also the decomposition process, but it takes place in absence of oxygen. And then finally vermicomposting. Here you all know the using of earthworms for decomposition or degradation of organic wastes. Because why we are using this means, because the earthworms can feed can consume 3 to 5 times their body weight of wastes, and these waste or vermicast, the waste from the fecal material from the earthworms is known as vermicast. This is the rich source of macro and micronutrients, vitamins, enzymes, antibiotics, and some growth hormones also, that can be easily taken up by the plant, and also it has readily soluble in water and soil. And that's all about the solid waste management. Thank you.